So I'm just gonna freestyle this one for y'all today. It's Alchemy of Life, y'all. Back for another one. I was gonna do another cooking episode, but I just put the chicken in there in the oven. Let you see. You know, already, and just gonna talk about this next video. This one's gonna get a little bit real for some people. For some people, it may not be your type of video, but this one's gonna be about depression. Everybody around this motherfucker depressed, and we all been down. You know, you've been going through heartbreak or self-loathing or health problems or just things not going right, things happening to you, things happening to people around you, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, those type of things, and just life in general, just, you know, like, what makes some people depressed is the fact, not even that stuff, they know how to get over it. It may add to it, but it's like the thing about, you know, and when life hits you for real. Because they probably don't have a plan. So it's like, what am I going to do the next 5 years? Am I going to stay working in retail? Or do I have a plan? And so that's how anxiety and depression will set in when people don't have a plan, but they want to accomplish things, which is good. So you got to get yourself a plan. That'll take away the anxiety. Start manifesting. Start finding out about, you know, start seeking higher knowledge or, you know, whatnot. Take care of yourself, your mental health, you know. Meditate. Definitely meditation. Meditation will definitely relieve all of that just by itself. Plus with added bonuses of, you know, information that you might have had to do research for can come through meditation. So also we got tension tamer tea. That's good for depression. Celestial seasonings. Now I got some right here. The bags look like this. It's like a 2-in-1. It's not like your usual. It's like a pillow. You see what I'm saying? So I'm about to take that out. It's been steeping for a little bit. Probably past its prime. And it's lemongrass and it's great. Does well for me. So, you know. And it has a nice taste too. I just drink it straight with water and a little bit of lime or lemon. But so depression. So I don't really have to go too much into that because I'm thinking the world knows enough about it. But it can be a very, very big topic. So I'm gonna have to do more videos on depression. So this one's gonna be short. I know I'm gonna get more ideas afterwards. I already know this. So I'm gonna, you know, instead of freestyle and write some down later. Definitely. But it's more or less like the things that you want to accomplish, you aren't accomplished, or, you know, sometimes your family can put this on you because how, you know, they have certain expectations, and their expectations are weighing on you because maybe you took a detour through life and you're making it. Things are coming to you, you know, and it's just not quick enough for them. But no matter what, you're gonna make it. So just keep doing what you're doing. There are people who, you know, everything else doesn't really sink in for them like that, but something like that. Everybody has things that can make them depressed in this world. Just, you know, seeing the things that men and women are doing to each other can make you depressed, but at the same time, there's polarity to that. So there are things that we're doing for each other that aren't being covered by this feminist movement that, you know, will lift your spirits up. So, you know, just to teach you a little bit about that. So we're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna tell you in this video like how to deal with that shit. So you can take like St. John's wort. I took St. John's wort. That not only helped with my anxiety, but it also helped with, you know, depressive moods. But also at the same time, depression is nothing but a label that you put on yourself. So if you don't accept it, you don't accept that label and say you're not depressed and keep, you know, being vibrations and frequencies that are different, that are the opposite polarity. I'm not saying there's no way you can be depressed, but you're going to have a joy with life. You're going to have a will and movement. So along the lines, you're going to find out that you should be planning. You should be doing certain things that you're not doing if you don't know. And if you do know, you'll be executing. See, this vibration is the opposite vibration of depression. But depression and all these other labels, whether they be positive, negative, or in the fucking middle, or what labels we put on ourselves as a whole. Now, if you were to say that is part of you at this time, is definitely seeming temporary then. Definitely temporary, like a little sliver, a little pie slice of who you are. So who you are is the whole pie, and these little slivers make up who you are, but they come together as whole, as one. That would be the ego versus God, which is the opposite of the ego. The ego is what separates us from God, so we can experience. So I know that my name is Joe. That is my ego. When we're all one, that is God. When everything is all one, that is what God is. So God, outside of itself, would be the ego. But, it's more of a force particle. More of a vibration frequency. But, along the lines of that. But, so let's get back to depression. And, basically, like I said, I'm going to teach you. If you don't already know, you probably already know, but maybe you haven't thought about these ways. And maybe you're a millennial getting that information, that bad information, believing everything the news tells you. And, these days they're making it cool, especially online, to fucking be depressed, and they get mad because they are. They're like, oh, look at this depression meal I made. Like, shut the fuck up. There's this one girl I like, always talking about that shit. She on meds for this shit. Fucking meds for this shit. I'm like, maybe it's the medication, because I had a whole friendship ruined due to Vicodin and shit. It wasn't affecting me like that, so I had stopped. This is some years ago. This is what actually helped put me on my path, this one friendship. But my man's went crazy. My homie went crazy off that shit. His girlfriend was just feeding that shit to him. His dad was like, stop feeding my son that shit. Stop giving him that shit. But when he asks, she gonna get that shit. 100%. But when you live, you learn. You live, you fucking learn. So I know what them pills can do to you. They take your personality away. Because once he got off that shit, it was back to the normal. Even though we're not friends no more, it's just I could tell there was a difference in just the vibration. You know what I'm saying? Just think about a cokehead and think about heroin. People who do heroin through pills, through pharmaceuticals, because it helps with their depression. And it's not their fault. They're wanting to do something about it. But if you tell them that pill a crutch, they gonna come with all these. She's a type. She's one of them. New age, very, very intelligent, but strong feminist. She's been through some shit, so it's more like she gonna come to you with that white feminist view, and you can't say shit. What you say is not validated, even if you back it up, alchemy and magic up with science. So you just gotta keep going. But during these days, don't go bird box just because everyone else is. But that's just why I'm making this video. Things like that influence me too. I'm just like, I need to talk about this. But like I said, you can do like some St. John's wort. Oh, I already said that. My fault. Where was I going with this video? That's why I said it's freestyle. It's like, where am I going? Oh, okay. They were making depression fun. Like I said, all these people talking about depression meals and different things like that, and these kids are taking it really serious. So what that entices them to do is, instead of seeing this one mood shift or vibration or frequency as a part of their life, they see it as their life, and that becomes who they are, and it becomes less temporary and more of a kind of like I call a Saturn thing. Saturn is all about the rotation, so it's just going to rotate till they can get out of that rotation, get disciplined again, and go to the next frequency, go to the next level, which is also another Saturn rotation. If you want to relate it to the planets, in astrology-wise. Mastering that part of themselves and going higher up. Notice the little things when you're trying to quit doing something, quit smoking, quit, smoking weed for just 30 days or something, just to test your will and different things like that. Just chill and detox it out, and then you'll go back to it later. You have to notice how much was I smoking before versus how much I'm smoking now. And that should be what you're focused on, and not focus on the fact that you kind of slipped up these days here and there. You know what I'm saying? Were you smoking as much as you were before? If it's yes, you got something to work on. If it's no, you're moving closer and closer to you'll get it to where you can time that month. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. That's how Saturn fucking works, mastering yourself. But you got these kids in that rotation these days, especially these millennials, and they're, these 96 kids and below. Not all of them, but what I'm saying. I work around them. I know them. It's some of our cousins, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, however that goes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're amongst them, and they're the new wave. So when you see the new wave, who pretty much helped solidify this technology shit and tech and social media, these memes are gonna impact them more than they will me. So they'll take that shit for real and spread that shit like a virus to everybody else. That's how it works. That's how that mumble rap shit got trending. From my generation, I graduated in 2012. So us from there, we were here trying to Waka, Chief Keef, all that shit. We made it go. Wasn't that bad then? Not like it is now. Now these niggas don't even be saying words. They just ad lib and get a fucking check cut. At one end it's genius. On the other end, I know it's the label. So if these kids change their vibration, then the label will switch up and stop having rappers like that, and then it'll go back to whatever the vibration is. So if it's lyricism, then you'll see cats like Crooked I, Joey Joel, and Eminem. You'll see people that are inspired by them, like a Jordan Lucas or Logic. You know what I'm saying? Like Tech Nine and different things like that. Real spitters. That'll be the thing, and that's who they'll be wanting to sign again. And these mumble rap motherfuckers will be at the bottom again. It's just how that works, vibration and frequency. It's just how that works. So that's all that, this label depression is. But how they impact it is through making it trend. Therefore, these kids have already put the label on themselves. Now they gotta do the work to find out how to get it off them. And that's what this video is about. The things that you can do to help get yourself up out of that lower cycle of depression. So like I said, the Tension Tamer Tea, St. John's Wort, just be doing your research. This should be a time to where the people who are just suffering like that or have ailments like that should use it as an advantage. A share always talks about how to turn a curse into a blessing. Well, yours should be getting the information, looking at this from any standpoint, even a monetary standpoint, because you could use the information that you learn about yourself to write a couple different styles of books on this to help people. And you got money right there. You can do it short books on Amazon. Easy. So that's how you turn a curse into a blessing. Just like that, but a lot of people don't be thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? But they have hard times getting this label off of them. So another thing that I'm going to help them with, whoever's suffering out here with depression and whatnot, is, let me see. Oh, gold, colloidal gold, colloidal copper, colloidal silver, but definitely, platinum, colloidal platinum. If you take platinum and gold together, you'll be good. And I'll link below where you can get these supplements for affordable. You don't have to go to a share. I would suggest you do. I'm going to go to her. I just, if you can't afford it, there are things out there that you should, you should be able to afford these kinds of things a little bit more. There are things out there for you. It's just like going shopping. You may not be able to get, Frosted Flakes, but you can get Sugar Flakes until you can do better, if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Easy. I go to Atlantean Alchemy on Etsy. If you go to Atlantean Alchemy's page on Etsy, their most affordable size is 8.5 fluid ounces of the supplements. They have gallons of this shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very affordable, and I've tested these products myself, and they do work. Now, I'm thinking maybe who a share works with. They're really good at what they do, because you got people with tremendous reviews who will pay that big money for it. So I'm definitely gonna have some of her elixirs, because they're very, very well crafted, and they have good intentions. She goes to great lengths to make sure it's legit, 100%. And people are always talking about it on the chat when we're on her videos on the chat, when she's live, and even in the comments. Just you see the common denominator. You see what I'm saying? But there are so many different sources. I have so many different colloidal supplements plugs out here for real. I attack shit like, somebody who smokes pot might, because I've smoked a lot of pot in my day. So I attack it like having different loud men on deck. If I need be, just so if one is out, then I go to the other. It's just cause and effect. I'm not smoking that much these days. I've noticed that I used to smoke like 5 blunts every day, fam. Like 5 blunts every day, if I could. Now, even if I can, I'm not. I'll do a bowl or two, and I'm good. And I've noticed that it's coming out of my body more because, I've never felt that high just off a bowl or two like that. I gotta have like at least 3 more to get going. So that's how I know I'm doing good. I'm trying to, my thing is trying to get, not smoke as much because I was being really, really unproductive. I was thinking about doing things like this, helping people and not executing on them. So I don't want to pass up my chance. I definitely want to, I want to get where I'm going. Get my life to where I'm going. I'm going inside of me more. So that's just on my scale. But like I'm saying, there's so many different things out there that these kids can do. This is why it's a freestyle, because I smoked before this, so that's why I'm all over the place. I'm ADD. Well, see, there I go putting the label. I'm not ADD. That's what the teacher just said. That's what they said when I was in high school. I had ADD. That's what they told my moms. But one thing I will say, my dad never talked about that at home. So it never, because usually the people who put those type of labels on you be like your family, like a learning disability or something that affects your attention or anything like that in general. They'll not like try and throw it on you, but you'll hear it referenced more at home. So it'll pour on most of those things, and your ideals start from the home or the lack thereof. Just kind of saying. So I'm not going to put that, here I am talking about not putting the label when it happens. It's just subconscious, and it's something I'm working on myself at the same time. So, shit, we going through this journey together, 100%. I'm real. But anyway, I'm trying to think, like I said, colloidal supplements will help you tremendously. And you can't afford them. You can. Just look. Etsy has an amazing platform for those types of things. An amazing platform. Also, keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy and off your fucking phone. So much. Like, really what makes people depressed these days is that social media. Is somebody feeling like, if it isn't the person who feels like they aren't keeping up with their classmates, but low-key, they're further than them, because they are spiritually, mentally, and consciously. They may have not have gotten the bag, but now they're getting it and it's rolling in, and they got the knowledge and the way of life to back it up, and all these people have is the bag. There's that person can get really depressed really quickly. And then there's the people, like the men or the women particularly, they see all these other Instagram models on there with these all different types of nice ass bodies, and I'm gonna tell you, they see them, and it's the fact that they see them in the gym and all that, and it is, but it's not. But what a lot of women fail to realize is some of these Instagram models had so many different surgeries to make themselves look like that. All right, for that particular way, the butt job, the boob job, this, that, tummy tuck. Then they go into the gym, start making videos, and they're a lot further than you. It's called Alchemy, 101. They're probably alchemists, or have somebody teaching those things. Or if not, women do subconsciously know how to do these things, play these mind tricks, even on other women. To put a certain image out there so they can get followers on Instagram and get the bag. Simply put. But what that does is all these other women, they don't see that process. They don't see all that. They just see something they wish they had because of society is putting the new image of what women should look at right now, and basically, puts them down. And it's just like social media is like that. You peer into someone else's life, and you might hit a hole. You're like, damn, I'm not this successful. If they're doing things I want to do, and I haven't done them, why haven't I? And then you see why, and you know why, and that will straight lead you to putting that label of depression on you, because you don't know about alchemy or different things like that. And even if you do, it could be subconscious. Just simple. So there's many things out there. Research. Find a passion if you don't have one already. I mean, meditate for real. Start doing tuning fork and Reiki sessions. Cord removal, not cord cutting sessions, because cord cutting sessions is very popular in the Reiki community for us spiritual people. But cord cutting isn't gonna do the job because it'll always come back. Because when you cut the cord, it'll grow back like a weed. But if you do the removal, then you pluck that shit up at the roots. So there's some different cord removal videos on YouTube. I watched one within, let's say, the last couple of days. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. So I'll probably see if I can find that, and that was a great one. It was the best one I found out of all the searching that I did. So these are just things that you can do. Even if you don't walk that path, you can get a fucking Reiki session. Distance. Luna Nate does amazing sessions. You can get it for free. Go to her YouTube channel, at the Luna Nate. I mean, she's amazing. She combines Reiki with ASMR, and it's not really ASMR, but it's more on it's just a very twisted vibe. That's great. I love it. 100% love it. I've been subscribed to her channel for a while. She will teach you many things. You'll see. If you go, you'll see. Subscribe to the channel. Tell her Alchemy of Life Center sent you, him or her, it, they, I don't know. Whoever you identify as, the pole, Himalayan sea salt, I don't know. But yeah. I'm thinking that's where I'm gonna go with this video. I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna say it like this. Don't throw that label on you, any label. Be unlimited. Think of every label as just a part of you, and think of you as the universe. Like, these labels are like stars. So when you look up at the stars, there's so many different stars. Stars have star fucking systems. That one star has star systems. So if you think of the label like that, as like the sliver, the pie is just the universe, infinite, then there's going to be some middle ground, there's going to be some left side and some right side. What do you want to identify as? Yeah, take something from the gay people. What do you want to identify as? If you got to put label on yourself, what do you want to identify as? Because if I'm going to label myself, I'm going to label myself happy and prosperous before I do fucking depressed. I'm out.